darts we could be in for this evening at the Happybet German Darts Open here in Saarbrücken this afternoon. So half of the seeded players in contention eliminated from that session of darts. Will there be any shocks tonight? And the one that the German crowd want, 3,000 of them here, are making their voices heard, all cheering for the Millennium Man, Nico Blum. He's taking on Cristo Reyes, who may have a bit of a tough task on his hands against a 16-year-old. And two millennials in the commentary box to talk you through it. Me, Chris Murphy, and Dan Dawson.
Yeah, Cristo Reyes, the top player from Spain, is taking on a child in the opening match of this evening's action, the second round of the German Darts Open. 16 years old, the first guy born this millennium to play on the European Tour, Nico Blum. And if the reaction to Cristo Reyes is anything to go by, roundly booed by the 3,000 fans here in Saarbrücken, I would imagine he could be in for rather a tough time.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Cristo to throw first. Game on!
Well, it does not lack confidence, and those who tuned in to see him knock out Josh Payne yesterday will know that. A dream debut for the German youngster.
60.
Yeah, he didn't seem phased, walking up on the big stage for the first time, taking on Josh Payne, a winner of a Players' Championship event last year, of course. Used the crowd to his advantage. I think it's fair to say that Josh Payne let it get to him. He's already been conducting the crowd this evening, Nico Blum, with his walk-on just at the start of the match. His walk-on song, the German tune. Not sure if you know. Are you familiar with it? Are you singing along there?
I'm sure you will enlighten us to your German music knowledge, Dan. Pastime of yours.
Kölscher Junge means the lad from Cologne, because that's where he's from. And that's what he does, ton 40s, that's his mum and dad in the crowd there.
Also fits nicely with his name as well, doesn't it? It'll end up being one of those hits where the crowd chant along to the player's name. Cristo Reyes doesn't have such a song, and I don't think he'd have many chants in his favour this evening.
No.
Unless one that goes something like, boo.
Well, look, Cristo, the only thing he can do is throw the darts, which we know he is capable of throwing. And if he does that, he should win this game. There's a reason he's 15th seed. Very, very dangerous player, Cristo Reyes. Moved into the world's top 32 for the first time this year, the first Spaniard to do so. Looking at 105 here.
Well, Nico Blum will get a chance
Nico, you require 100
to take out 148. What a start this would be for the Wonderkid. Wasn't far away with that first start.
60. Cristo, you require 48.
The Spartan to seal the first leg.
Thank you. Nico, you require
well, the first
88.
jeers and whistles we hear for Cristo, and it's something he's going to have to put up with in this match, I'm afraid. Will be quieter for Nico. Oh, he's missed the big number. He's not even really close to that treble 18. Single 18 would have given him a dart at the bullseye, but it's not to be, and Cristo Reyes will have another look at this part of the board. And this is not going to stop for the entirety of the game, let me assure you.
Well, the longer he takes and the more he misses, the louder it will get.
I've not seen Cristo get affected by the crowd. He hasn't really had to deal with it, as I can recall.
I wonder if he will
game shot the first
react
Cristo Reyes.
Peckham Wood style. No, he doesn't, and that's exactly what I expected him just to turn around and get on with it.
I think that's all you can do in this situation. Oh, you never know. You chuck in a 9-darter, they might suddenly be your best mate.
25.
Cristo has hit a 9-darter, hitting one under these conditions. Might be the only 9-darter we've ever seen in the PDC where people boo it. That would be something.
100.
Well, he'll have the chance to play in Gibraltar, of course, in a few weeks.
Well, could it? It could! The first 180, and it goes to the 16-year-old Nico Blum. Started off playing darts when his granddad bought him a soft tip board as a little kid. He was winning youth tournaments by the age of 13. By 14, he was beating the likes of David Pallett and Stephen Bunting in exhibitions. But his sporting hero is Raymond van Barneveld, as well as Lucas Podolski and John Tripp, who's an ice hockey player. There you go. That's my Nico Blum stat pack, fully unloaded for you.
Nico, you require 155.
Well, his attitude towards this game is, according to his interview with Elmar Polka after the last one, is one of relaxation. Doesn't matter now, he's achieved what he wanted to achieve. He's just going to go up there and enjoy himself. Get ready.
Nico, you require 58.
The roof to be lifted. If he can this time hit the big 18 and follow it by a landing double top. Double 10.
48.
Well, two of his favourite doubles, though, Nico says his favourite doubles are tops, 10s, 14s and 16s. So it's pretty much half the board. Double 10 for Cristo. And there we go, 14 darter and Cristo Reyes. Well, he's doing everything that's required of him right now.
And he's doing everything right, and he will take on Peter Wright if he gets through, or Krzysztof Ratajski. That because he's now the 15th seed down and not the 16th.
Yeah, this is it's been a tough old 2017 for Cristo Reyes in many respects. He has, you know, had a couple of quarterfinals, but of the 18 tournaments he's been in this year, because he's often seeded 16 or 32 as he was at the Worlds, he keeps running into Michael van Gerwen. He's lost to van Gerwen 5 times, including the World Championship, where he threw at the time a world record losing average in the World Championship. 5 times in 4 months, about a third of the tournaments he's played in, Michael van Gerwen has ended his hope. But the glimmer of light is he's finally seeded 15th here, so he's in the other half of the draw. Unfortunately, it could be Peter Wright next, and Cristo has a worse record against Peter Wright than anybody else. He's played 6, lost 6, but it doesn't get any easier for Cristo, unfortunately.
Well, if he does find it tough going against potentially Peter Wright, never mind, because in a couple of weeks in Sindelfing and he's back to 16 and seeded to meet Michael van Gerwen again.
Yeah, well, enjoy that. Maybe the glimmer of light is Gibraltar. The glimmer of light here for him, though. If he, well, he didn't use the ball, didn't need to, so just looks to set this up, and does do very nicely indeed.
The other thing for Cristo Reyes, he keeps, whether it's Michael van Gerwen or someone else, he keeps running into the player that goes on to win the tournament, and often loses to them 6-5. If you read his Twitter feed, it's just every week saying, again, I lost 6-5 to the guy who won the tournament in not quite as good English.
On the third leg.
I'll tell you what, this is pretty much a textbook display from the Spartan in how to deal with a hostile crowd and a potentially awkward encounter. Because he's just gone about his business. All right, there was a little opportunity in the first leg for Nico Blum to nick it, but then he's produced back-to-back 14 darters. Just going about his business, not engaging with the crowd, not giving him any reason to, you know, be any more vociferous in their shouting and jeering and whistling.
Well, one thing I will say to the German crowd, if Cristo Reyes does beat Nico Blum, which is looking like it will happen, they won't boo him tomorrow.
No, they certainly won't. They may well. Well, you know what? If he takes on Peter Wright, he might have another tough time of it, because Peter Wright is very much the darling of German darts fans. He and Simon Whitlock have an inordinate amount of support. Michael van Gerwen has been getting a few boos when his name's been read out here this weekend.
Does tend to happen with dominant forces.
Yeah, everybody likes an underdog, don't they? Probably not Michael van Gerwen. He's not a big fan of underdogs, not anymore. Used to be.
Well, Blum certainly the big underdog in this one. Reyes, a shrewd operator, a classy operator, looking for a classy finish. Tidy it up.
89.
Well, after a couple of 14 darters, he's looking at a 13 darter here, Cristo Reyes, for another breaker throw and a 4-0 lead. And he is making this look like a top 32 player playing a 16-year-old lad in only his second big stage game. And that's exactly what Cristo Reyes will have wanted to do. Double 10 for a 15 darter. Oh, well, he's making this awkward, isn't he?
And that visit, because of what he's done before and the way he's gone about it, the boos were not as vocal.
55.
Well, choice here,
So you require
whether to split or hit.
Game shown the full flag.
Hit is the choice, and the execution is pretty much perfect. So Cristo Reyes pinning that double 7 for a 16 darter. And he is 2 legs away from a meeting with either Peter Snakebite Wright or Krzysztof Ratajski, the Polish qualifier, man who's, well, he's only lost 1 point now.
20.
Qualified for the first 3 European Tour events, Krzysztof Ratajski, winning the Eastern European qualifier. Hasn't been past the second round of a Euro Tour event, but then again, we're seeing a few firsts this weekend. Oh, look at this. Unlucky. Obviously, Nico Blum setting a bit of history. Not quite the youngest player to play in the European Tour. I mistakenly thought that in the first round. He actually is a couple of months older than Max Hopp when he made his debut. Max actually did make the last 16, final day of action on his debut. He beat Terry Jenkins and Steve Beaton. That was kind of a breakthrough performance for Max Hopp, but it turns out he was actually a couple of months younger than Nico Blum at the time.
Yeah, we'll talk about sensational introductions to PDC darts. Look at Cristo Reyes turning up at Ali Palais at the 2015 World Championship. Beat the then world number 13, Wes Newton, and then Kevin Penner, and then took the first set of Gary Anderson, averaging 115.
Yeah, he had Gary Anderson worried, but that was a tournament where as soon as you ask a question of Gary Anderson, put him under pressure, he tends to respond and do stuff that you couldn't live with.
Cristo's steadily built on that, hasn't he? He got his 2 card as a result of that performance, and he's just made steady progression. The next thing on his list is a title.
A couple of quarterfinals this year, made his first semi-final last year. He has been slowly climbing up the rankings and going further in ranking tournaments, and I think that Cristo is one of the guys you mention when you talk about potential new winners on the PDC Tour. He has been very, very professional in how he has gone about his business tonight. 5-0 can be a dangerous lead, can't it, Gerwyn Price? We saw that earlier on today. 5-0 up against James Richardson, found himself surviving 7 match darts before nicking it 6-5.
99.
A contrast for young Blum from what went on yesterday. The crowd stunned into silence by the Spartan.
140.
Yes, it is significantly less rowdy here at the Saarlandhalle in Saarbrücken than it was about 10 minutes ago.
100.
Not quite as much bounce in the step of Nico Blum. However, the crowd have just raised their voices to sing his name. It's still a stunning effort from the 60. He won 4 games in qualifying just to make it.
They did very, very well indeed. The song that they're singing now, actually, they'll be able to sing along to the actual track when Vincent van der Voort comes on in a minute. But look at this.
Well, you know what? I was going to say, probably should have moved over to the 18s, but when you've got a chance of hitting a 180 and you're already 5-0 down, why not? Why not? You got 3,000 fans begging you to do it, and you've hit it. Good on you, lad.
He's in great shape to get a leg on the board here.
Why not?
82.
Oh, I thought for a moment.
82.
Oh, I thought for a moment he was going to go out 302 in 2 visits.
He's too experienced to go for the bullseye.
87. Nico, you require 40.
Well, for a 13-dart leg, Nico Blum, the crowd are on their feet, and he pins double top, and listen to that.
7-leg Cristo from first.
Reyes looking to silence.
39.
Once again. And Blum here has done well to get a leg off Reyes playing as he is. Average approaching 100.
45.
Yeah, there is nothing wrong with those numbers from Cristo Reyes, but it's no surprise to see him throw in that manner. It is perhaps a surprise to see... Well, not surprised to see Cristo doing it because he's got that kind of temperament, but he has handled this situation very, very well. It could have been very awkward, but 2 14-darters, a 13-darter, 16-darter. Established top names in the world of darts, they would have trouble dealing with this. Just making sure the score is correct there.
I thought he was just practicing his counting.
He was right, though. They do go in that order.
Yeah. Already practiced. It's 180 call here. Not quite. Well,
that leaves Cristo 94 for a potential 11-dart leg. It will be the best leg of the match and a fitting way for Cristo to close it out, because it would, well, if he can do it in 11 darts, will drag the average to round about that 100 mark and book his place in the final day of action. He'll go double-double, but I don't think he will. Oh, he might do. Oh, Cristo.
Well, he wanted to win with panache, Cristo Reyes. Now Nico Blum, probably the last 3 darts he will throw at the German Darts Open. And it's a 140, and what a story it's been. Is it over for Nico Blum?
Nico Blum at the back of the stage nods. Cristo Reyes brings his run to an end. A stunning weekend for Nico Blum, and he's a young lad I think we'll see a lot more of over the coming years. But Cristo Reyes, a 6-1 win. He is through to the last 16 of the 3rd Euro Tour event of the year, and the relief for Cristo is that he will not face Michael van Gerwen in the next round. However, it could be Peter Snakebite Wright, a man whom he has never beaten in his professional career. Peter Wright will look to join him in the 3rd round later when he takes on Krzysztof Ratajski, the Polish champion. But the next game we've got for you sees Joe Cullen, a winner on the Pro Tour this year already, claiming his first title, 13th seed here this weekend. He's up against the former UK Open champion Vincent van der Voort.
Cristo und ich, wir haben ein Problem. Er spricht kein Englisch, ich spreche kein Spanisch. Er meint das nicht böse, ist ein ganz netter Kerl. Nico, aber ich glaube, du kannst kurz zu mir kommen. Gratuliere dir zu einem tollen Auftritt hier. Das ist schon unfassbar laut, das ist eine unglaubliche Stimmung, oder?
Mega geil, also ich finde es einfach geil, vor so einer Kulisse zu spielen. Dankeschön.
Kann dir vorstellen, hast dir viel vorgenommen gegen Cristo, jetzt ist er mir nicht aufgegangen, das Ding auch glatt verloren. Spielt überhaupt keine Rolle. Du hast das geschafft, wovon du geträumt hast, hier zum ersten Mal auf der Bühne zu spielen. Das musst du unbedingt mitnehmen.
Ja, ich habe gesagt, ich gehe hier hoch, entweder gewinne ich, also ich kann nur gewinnen, entweder gewinne ich das Spiel oder an Erfahrung, deswegen ist mir das so egal im Endeffekt. Ich finde es einfach geil, hier oben zu stehen und die ganzen Leute in meinem Rücken zu haben.
Wir sehen dich in Sindelfingen bestimmt wieder, Qualifikation dort. Nico Blum!